Those mountains in the background are the Dolomites. That means one thing. We are in Cortina, Italy. The Bond experience is going to explore James Bond's Cortina for your eyes only. Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. We are in absolutely beautiful Cortina, Italy. It is amazing here. And yes, it is a for your eyes only type of vlog. How do we know that? Well, I've obviously got the dove pin on, clearly, but I'm also standing in the main square here. Right behind us in this church area is where Melina and Bond, our own Roger Moore, who I was brought up with, really start to establish themselves and cross over. But this entire area is filled with moments from For Your Eyes Only. There's that big fight with the motorcycles, and we're going to take you on a round robin of places that, believe it or not, they still exist. A little bit of noise, a little bit of building going on here. This has been an established big town. By the way, Cortina, well known for 1956 Olympics, but obviously a little bit better for the 1981 For Your Eyes Only. A little bit of a chill in the air. It's probably around 55 degrees. So today, I'm not wearing the resort stuff from Oliver Brown. I'm actually jumping to NPeel. I don't know what you call this, Imperial Blue, Royal, Indigo. It's their V-neck from NPeel that I love. It's really suiting our taste. So let's come on over here, and even right around the corner here, you're going to see Olympia Sport. Now that is the sports store where Melina buys her wooden crossbow. The gold and black one is a little bit more famous, but it's being kind of rebuilt and refitted right now. But it's amazing that it's still a sports store. In fact, if you look at that sign over there where it says sport on the side of the wall, that is denotation that this has not changed that much since 1980 or 1981 when it was filmed. Now check this out. If we come on over here, around the corner, so this is super cool. Focus on the bank for a second. I'll move over here. This bank here is the flower shop. That's where Roger Moore goes in to buy the flowers. But the bigger scene around it is when the motorcycles attack him, and he takes that kind of candy cane, whatever you call it, wood thingy, retractable, and he gets it stuck in there, and the guy goes flying through the window. So not a flower shop anymore, but a bank, but it makes it incredibly exciting. What I want to show you though, if we come on over here, and hopefully you can see this in the back over here, that is the large square where all of the action really happens. You see Paul and Shark was a photo place before, but this whole area is where the motorcycles were and went. And what's really cool about this is, I'll let you get the square, it's more important than me probably, is there was no snow when they came to film here. They actually had to go and put down a combination of actual snow and special effects snow, and that's what kind of created the whole after effects. But it's amazing. So even if I walk up here, and we've shown you some pictures to kind of establish this shot, right over here you see this in the background with Roger Moore talking to Melina, trying to get her to go back home over in the corner. So literally, if we were to do a 360 degrees, you actually see where one of the major action sets, and one of the reasons why they picked this very picturesque and beautiful area. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're not seeing things. This playground here is, or was, I should say, the outdoor ice rink where we meet BB for the first time. And it sets up a precarious situation for Roger Moore's James Bond. But as you can see, they turned it into a playground because this now has been transformed, evolved, from an outdoor ice skating rink to an indoor hockey center, play zone, etc. But what's great is if we come over here, where you see the sign bar is the bar where Luigi and Christoph and, I think I got that name wrong, and Roger Moore meet, and they have their glue vine. Let's go over here and take a look. So what's great about this is, as we approach this, in the background, if you watch the movie, you can see this mountain as they're drinking their glue vine. It's an amazing thing. There's winter sports going on. Obviously, it's not the winter right now. And then BB skates up here, says hello, but you can see how this playground right here is literally sunken in, that it was the ice rink before, and it probably pushed back into here, but then they've built on this mammoth center. But it still has the bones. I mean, this is the bar where they had the glue vine. They discussed it. We thought that there was an ally, and then certainly thereafter Luigi meets his untimely end. But the bar has remained relatively intact. We can certainly get the feeling of, if you look up there, those are the old bones of the ice skating rink, and this is also where Roger Moore was attacked. Now, a lot of people think that was an indoor ice rink. If you watch the movie again, it was outdoors like this. It was kind of like an amphitheater type thing, but it still, again, has its bone, which just takes us back immediately to For Your Eyes Only. But we're going to explore even more. All right, my mistake. I said outside is where Roger Moore was attacked. It's actually inside of here. You could see kind of the amphitheater. Unfortunately, this is all locked. But I think that was the ice skating rink where he was attacked inside. This outer area is where BB was probably practicing. Hard to know, but I'm sure somebody will correct me on YouTube. So we're heading to the Olympic Italian downhill ski jump. A lot of action happens there in For Your Eyes Only. This, we believe, is the path to get there. It's literally right behind our hotel, this path. But it's a bit of adventure because we're not sure where it exactly leads, to the top, to the bottom. Thank God for Google Maps and on the tracks of 007. So let's go find out. Okay. So literally, as we're coming around the corner of the path, we start to see a hint of something. And then, of course, more than a hint of something. It's just looming right above us. Pretty impressive. So the pathway did not disappoint. I mean, literally, right out of the forest, this thing starts looming, and you can see it in all its glory. Let's get a little bit closer. Now again, we haven't scouted this out, so we're going to take a look at what remains here. It's kind of amazing that this thing even exists anymore. There's nothing around it. There's just forest. There's some construction going on. But here on the side, you can see where the elevator might have been, but maybe it's around the other side. Let's take a look. So it seems to be all boarded up. And again, I don't have my screenshots here, but this is where obviously they would have gone up. We'll get a better shot of kind of what that looks like on the end, but you could just start to see just how, I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely gigantic, and it just looms out of the mountaintop. Really impressive. Still has the Olympic rings as you saw in the movie. Amazing. I mean, this thing, if we can get it back over here, it looks like something from Coney Island. You know, when you see the cyclone kind of falling apart, it's definitely falling apart. We just spoke to some survey people, and of course I had to push the envelope and ask, is it open? And they said only by permission, because it does look like it is falling apart. So it would be something very precarious to go up into. But check this out. If we kind of swing over here, you can see, if we walk over here, this is where they would have gone off, and you can see the landing pad down there. It is intimidating. Even standing right here, it is very intimidating, but absolutely beautiful. It looks like a football field, but you can see where they would have had to have gone off and then hopefully land in a very good way. So Danielle spotted, and good for her, those definitely have to be the original old bleachers. You see people watching on either side. And then down below is where the baddies would have tried to shoot Bond as he jumped with our other friend. Probably somewhere over there. Well, this is just some of the remains of the Bobsled Run, the famous Bobsled Run. Here it is. It continues up there, but you can get a sense of it. We're going to actually show you from above this view, because what's great is it goes straight down. You could probably see it up in that corner going all the way down. I'm not too sure what part of the bobsled this is from the movie. Is it when he's chasing them on skis? Who knows? But this is it. I mean, this is what they use for the bobsled. And if you swing around, you can see that this is not necessarily the beginning over here. This is part of some adventure park over here by the Bob Bar. And it looks like if you continued up that way, that would also be the same way as the bobsled. But who knows? We'd have to go and find out. Okay, we found a much larger portion of the Bobsled Run. It's really broken up. It goes kind of through this adventure park, and then this is the bank that obviously Bond goes around with his skis. Bobsled first, being chased by the motorcycle. So there's the embankment. You can kind of see it right there. It's part of this like adventure park now. But I guess if you go into the adventure park, you could actually see the bobsled then. So we are actually in the Bobsled Run right now. Here's the bridge that he goes under on the skis. And then the S-curve goes like this and up the side. We're actually standing in the Bobsled Run itself. Super, super cool. So I want to give credit where credit's due. Danielle actually found this part part of the bobsled run. It is the S-curve, as we just showed you. This is super cool. I mean, this is where, you know, everything would have come up the side. I'm not going to try that again. And would have come down here at breakneck speed. We know that Willie Bogner had come down here. Amazing skier, was doing some of the filming backwards, some of the filming as Bond, and would careen around this corner. By the way, if you stay right there, you can appreciate how tall these are. I mean, this is obviously a safety thing, so the bobsleds and everything wouldn't be going around the corner. But if we come down here, so they would have come down here now. And raced straight down the line here at breakneck speeds. Unbelievably cool. So we actually climbed to the top of the bobsled run. Little schwitzy right now, but you can actually see this is where they would run and get their start and then jump into the bobsleds and then literally go down. This is about where Bond would have like come in with the skis, the motorcycle jumps in. But I want to show you something we found. Come on with me. Come on with me. Little treat for us. We did not expect this. But underneath here, of course not screen used, but that's okay, we actually found bobsleds. So here we go. Let's see if I fall on camera. Here we got a bobsled. So this is very cool. One of 4 passengers, etc., careening down. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Bond experience. Okay, so we're at the Miramonte Hotel in Cortina, and I'm kind of doing this William Shatner pausing right now because we're trying to figure out if the place is closed for good. If you pan down here, you'll see that grass and weeds and stuff has grown through the pavement. The approach up, everything was like broken up, and the driveway is in horrible, horrible condition. The place is shuttered. Now, hotels do close in the off-season, but this looks more than closed. I'm hoping not. I mean, this is a Bond location after all. This is where BB tries to seduce Bond, where Bond looks out across Cortina for the first time. There's a lot of aspects in For Your Eyes Only to this hotel. So if it's closed, it might be a sad moment. Let's take a little closer look though. Come on. This is what we mean by the place is in not good condition at all. It looks more than just closed for the season. I mean, you can see this looks like almost like an abandoned park. Now, I haven't heard, maybe other people have heard about the Miramonte closing down, but there is something on here. We'll have to use Google Translate to see, but here's the hotel in all this glory. Looks just like it did in the movie, quite frankly. Okay, hon, what's it saying?
Closes already season. Bedtime. I don't know how well this is.
The Google Translate's going crazy. Is it easier to do it down there, or that says the same thing? It says bedtime for Bonzo.
Miramonte majestic scratch foot.
Maybe it's saying like bedtime, meaning like it's closed.
Something about wheat. There's a number you can call if you want to.
This is looking more and more like it's been closed. There's rotting wood on the balconies. I mean, it looks actually dangerous, and the gravel here is all chewed up. So I believe that's Bond's terrace right there, where he overlooks the amazing mountains that you can see. Well, we don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. I'm contemplating calling the number. This makes a lot of sense because I tried to get in touch with them 2 weeks ago and nobody answered. But let's not let that get us down. I mean, my gosh, look at those mountains in the background. Cortina has been an absolute dream. It is, if you love mountains, it's amazing. If you love James Bond, it's amazing. Food is incredible where we're staying, so it's been an absolute treat. But this has been just a taste of James Bond's Cortina, brought to you by David Zaritsky and the Bond Experience. We will see you very soon. Take care. Oh, hey, you're still here. I didn't even know. Listen, while you're here, if you want, so I would actually go to this button right here and click on it, because then you actually subscribe to our vlogs. It's amazing. You get to see all the upcoming stuff first. You get notifications. It screams at you while you're at work. It's absolutely amazing. Just click on this button, hit subscribe. Just move your cursor, move.